Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to this, which is just a quick update about what I will be trying to do in 2017. So it's just a bit of a list, that's all. I do get asked a lot of times about, oh, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, when you're doing this again. So this is it. I'm going to run through a whole lot of stuff. Now, I probably won't get it all done in 2017, but I'll give you some idea on what's got priority, what hasn't. So, without further ado, I shall check my list and let you know. So, first of all, what's currently on the slate? Well, as you know, I'm currently doing Perdition's Mouth and Abyssal Rift, and I will be doing Scenario 3, and that will start on Sunday. I'm not doing it at the moment because we're busy running around preparing to get a new boiler because it's messed up and it's bloody freezing, man. The only reason I'm not sat here wearing a massive jumper is because I've been running around in the loft and all sorts of business, like getting ready for it. So consequently at the moment I am actually quite warm, but that's not going to last. I can feel it freezing my marrow even as we begin. But anyway, so we've got Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift and Scenario 3 to do, so we'll be doing that in the coming up week. And then we've got Eldritch Horror and the Dreamlands, which as you probably know has just come out in the last month or so, and we'll be doing that as a play-by video again. So if you want to pop across the tube tables and put your name down on the list, please do so. There are already quite a few names in the list, but already two are unavailable, so you never know, you may just sneak in with a chance of getting a game. So by all means pop across the tube tables and put your name in the list. I'll talk a bit more about tube tables later on, but it's a guild on BGG. Right, after that we've got Secrets of the Lost Tomb. I've been trying to get this to the table for like a year, and for various reasons I haven't done it. But, and in fact, things keep sort of nudging it out of the way. The latest one was the Dreamlands and Eldritch Horror. I was going to do it immediately after Perdition's Mouth, but because it's a bit dungeony itself, I thought I'll get the Dreamlands in and then we'll do Secrets of the Lost Tomb. But if I tell you here, on camera, looking you right in the eye, then you will know that I'm actually going to play it after Eldritch Horror. So those are the three that I've specifically got set up. Now just to let you know about some of the other things that I normally get asked about, I will definitely be playing Arkham Horror. I love the game. It's my favourite game. I'll definitely be playing it. I've got two of the introductory scenarios to finish by Kung Fro, and they are The Doom That Came to Arkham, where the ancient one is Bockrug, and I believe we're using the Kingsport and the Innsmouth sideboards with that. So as I've mentioned before, it just gets progressively harder and harder. And when we get to the last scenario, you'll see how hard the last scenario is, because the ancient one is Azathoth. We're using every single expansion board, everything in there. We start off with a rumour, it's horrible, and you'll really look forward to seeing me die in that one. I know I've done pretty well on these Arkham ones, but I do not think mind you, I say that all the time, don't I? Say that all the time, say, oh, it's going to be really difficult this time, and then I breeze through it. But we shall see, especially with the Azathoth one, which is, what's that entitled? The End of Everything. Well, there you go, that's nice, isn't it? So, hopefully, we will finish those particular scenarios and finish off Kung Fro's excellent scenario list. Do go and check it out. As ever, I always put it in the sort of notes for any Arkham video that I'm doing, so check it out. Additionally to that, I will be sort of starting a new set of scenarios. There are some more thematic scenarios that are in the file section on BGG for Arkham Horror, and these are by Wolfpack 48. So I'm going to do a few of those scenarios as well, but I'm going to finish Kung Fro's off first because I'm just like that, you know, OCD. Finish off Kung Fro's and then I will start with Wolfpack's. Okay, so that is Arkham Horror covered. And Eldritch Horror, we'll probably do quite a few more Eldritch Horrors. Depending on the take-up for the play-by video, I mean, it may be, you know, people just get bored of it and thought it was a crap idea. But as long as there's still interest for that, I'll keep it going. But otherwise, I will just play solo scenarios. So with Eldritch, it depends pretty much what comes out. After the Dreamlands that I'm going to do next, then if nothing comes out in the interim before I play Eldritch Horror again, I'll just pick randomly. So Eldritch Horror definitely on the table. Arkham Horror, the LCG, the living card game. Yes, I will be doing more of that. I will be doing the Dunwich Legacy has just come out. I've got that. I've just sleeved it, funnily enough. And I've also got the 2 print-on-demands, which are Carnival of Horrors and what's the other one? The Curse of the Rougarou. So look out for those. I'll definitely try and do one of those this year. And carrying on with the Arkham Files, Elder Sign. I've still got to do Gates of Arkham and Omens of Ice. I've got both of those expansions, and I will be looking to do those as well. They're a nice little filler game. I do like playing them. They obviously haven't got the depth of either Eldritch or Arkham, but it's quite a fun little game. I do enjoy it. So Elder Sign, look out for that. And Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. Which it's sort of getting Secrets of the Lost Tomb territory. Every time I think about playing this, somebody else starts a playthrough. Right at the beginning, obviously every man and his dog was doing a playthrough, so I thought I'd leave it. And then when I was just about thinking about playing it again, Tragic the Blathering started playing one on Tabletopia or something, so I thought, oh, I'll leave it. And then Callisto started playing it, and I thought, you know what, let's just leave it a couple of months. So I'll do that. But I have got it on the slate for 2017. I'm looking very much to playing it. So sometime we'll get there. So that is pretty much it, I think, for Arkham games. But there's one or two. I have to feed my addiction. Any others by Fantasy Flight? Well, yes. Descent 2nd edition and Roombound 3rd edition. I've already done playthroughs of these. I will be doing more playthroughs of them. I thoroughly enjoy the games, especially Descent with the app. I think it's brilliant. So I will be playing that. And Roombound, I'm loving that as well. I'm also, come on, do an app for that as well. FFG, come on, do it. Do it. So yes, so I'll be doing that. Talk about Roombound 3rd edition. Current playthrough at the moment, Marcus J Play. Check it out, it's amazing. Righto, so what next? Victory Point Games. Yes, I played Dawn of the Zeds, 3rd edition, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, which surprised me. I'm not a big zombie fan. Well, not. I enjoyed Zombicide Black Plague, but that was more fantasy. As far as contemporary zombies go, like Dead of Winter and stuff like that, I'm not interested. Not interested. But Dawn of the Zeds 3rd edition, had a great time playing the base game, so I will be back to play Outbreak, which is sort of the next level up. It's got a lot of difficulty levels in the game, it's well thought out, and the next level up I think is called Outbreak, so I will go on to that. The other thing that surprised me about Dawn of the Zeds, apart from the fact that I actually enjoyed a contemporary zombie game, was the chits. Normally I hate little wargaming chits. I can't see them, they're horrendous, and I just like my big sausage-like fingers, cannot grab hold of them, hate them, and generally I don't like all that wargaming paraphernalia. But thoroughly enjoyed Dawn of the Zeds 3rd edition, so I'm hoping to get that to the table again and do another playthrough of that. What else do we have? Oh yes, there are a couple of other things from Victory Point Games, but they're Kickstarters, so I will get onto those later. So we've done Victory Point Games. Flying Frog. Good old Flying Frog. Keeping dice makers in business. Yes, thoroughly enjoyed Flying Frog games, Flying Frog production games, especially Shadows of Brimstone, which brings me to one of my main points. I'm always asked about Shadows of Brimstone. Now, I love the game, even though it's a dice throwing frenzy, and there's loads of bookkeeping, and basically it's a horror to play solo. It's not so bad if there's a few of you and you're spreading out the bookkeeping and stuff. Solo, it's a nightmare. But I do love the theme of the game. I do love the progression of the game. It's got loads of problems with balance and stuff like that, and you've got to constantly tweak around with it to try and like make it work. But yes, I will be doing more Shadows of Brimstone. Cade Gaunt and Running Bear will return, but it will be later in the year, and I will tell you why. They have got a new Kickstarter out called Forbidden Fortress for Shadows of Brimstone. Now, What I missed originally, because I wasn't a board gamer back then, I hadn't got into the hobby again, was I missed the original Shadows of Brimstone Kickstarter and consequently missed out on all the stuff. Now, it's not a big miss out, the reason being that most people haven't got all of their stuff yet because it's took them about 3 years to deliver it. But with the Forbidden Fortress coming through, plus a lot of information about it looks like it is just about to arrive, all the wave 1.5, the wave 2, wave 3, however many waves they've got, all that seems to be on its way. So I backed Forbidden Fortress, and I also paid a lot extra, to be honest, to get a pledge level where I got the minecart pledge from the original Kickstarter. Consequently, I will be getting tons and tons of stuff, and I will get covered in glue, sort of like, getting all these like models together. Though I think quite a few of them have gone to resin now, thank God. I hope they're one-piece resin, we haven't got to stick them all together. But anyway, I'm rambling on. The basic is I'm going to wait till that comes, hopefully this year. Hopefully I won't have to wait as long as the original Kickstarter backers. And what we'll do is we'll do a completely reloaded Shadows of Brimstone. See what I did there with the word reloaded? Shadows of Brimstone, Western, guns. That's what we're going to do. There has been, you know, as we sort of went along in the original videos that I did, obviously there were a lot of balance issues that I've just touched on, and there are a lot of errata. They still haven't updated. They still haven't got an official errata document. It's all over BDG, you know, various threads that the designers like commented in. But generally, I think what we'll do is we'll just have a fresh start. We'll start again. We'll start with Cade, a running bear, and we'll start at level 1 again, and we'll just go through it. But this time we'll have all the stuff. We will have absolutely everything that was in the Kickstarter bundles, plus everything that's going to end up going to retail. Absolutely everything. And we will start again from the beginning. So look forward to that, but it does depend on them delivering it, so don't hold your breath. So that's Shadows of Brimstone, that's a big update for that. A Touch of Evil. I love A Touch of Evil. I don't get it to the table enough, mainly because every time that I play a game, I video it for you guys, which means it takes me ages to play all my games, which is why I'm so far behind. But A Touch of Evil, we will be playing that again. Thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, there's nothing like chucking dice, and if you want to chuck dice, buy something from Flying Frog. So A Touch of Evil will return as well. I don't know when. Cool Mini or Not, Zombicide Black Plague. Played this a couple of times. Thoroughly enjoy it. Thoroughly enjoy the theme. I don't mind the zombies because it's more of a medieval theme. So I'm going to continue to play that. I haven't got it painted still. It's just a beast. But yes, I'm figuring out something to do. I'm going to do very quick zombies, I think. I don't think I'm going to spend the amount of time on the zombies and the other monsters. I'm just going to, you know, if I'm going to spend any time painting, it'll just be the heroes. But I've got a million heroes as well because I went all in on the Kickstarter on that. But it will be returning. I do like the fact it's very simple. It can be levelled at it that it's not much of a challenge, but instead of playing 6 heroes, I think in the future I'll just play 4, and we'll see how that goes. But yes, looking forward to doing Zombicide Black Plague again. Another reason is I have backed another Kickstarter by CMON, and that is Massive Darkness, and there is a certain amount of crossover between those 2 games. So looking forward to Massive Darkness coming out and the Zombicide crossover. So you will see more Zombicide going forward. Other games that I've got and haven't got round to playing. Mage Knight. Looking forward to this one. It'll be a blindish playthrough, so that'll be good because obviously it's labyrinthine rule set. Apparently it is quite straightforward. It's just that you've got to zip around to different parts of the rule book to find the actual rule that you want. I do know a bit about it. I've watched the excellent Ricky Royals playthrough of Mage Knight. If you haven't seen that and you want to learn how to play Mage Knight, see Ricky Royals playthroughs. They're amazing. I will be watching them again before I attempt this. But he's the man. He's the man to watch if you want to know how to play Mage Knight. I want to play Mage Knight. Hopefully I'll get round to it and you guys can watch me get my ass kicked on it. Oh, another couple that I'm possibly going to play The first one, and you'll see why I say possibly when I say who it is, Time Stories. Now, I've got Time Stories. It can be played solo, but as everybody will tell you, you lose something in the solo experience, which is basically you're supposed to chat to the people that you're actually doing the time story with, and they sort of talk to you and they give you a brief précis of what they've got on a card, all that sort of stuff. And the idea is, you know, obviously you don't show them exactly what's on the card, though some people just read it out and some people just do show the cards, and they seem to enjoy the game just as much as those that do it in the proper way. But I was thinking of doing it. I will do it completely blind, obviously, because I don't want to know what the end is. But what I might do is I might look to make it more of a storytelling experience. So although I'll be playing, you know, however many, 4 characters or however many it is that go into these, they go into the bodies, don't they, of people in the past and try and solve some mystery. Even though I'll be playing all 4, I'll try and bring, you know, some of the stuff you see in Eldritch and Arkham into it and try and get a bit of a story going and make up for the fact that you haven't got the interaction that way. We'll have to see if that'd work. Possibly not. Which brings me on to another Kickstarter, one that I've actually received, which is called Mythos Tales. Now, Mythos Tales is like Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective, except it's Professor Henry Armitage, it's in Arkham, and he's got a lot more tentacles in it. But the basic premise is exactly the same. You, Henry Armitage, are trying to solve a mystery, and the idea is, 1, you solve the bloody mystery, 2, did you solve it before Henry did? And you know, very similar to Sherlock Holmes, consultant detective. You've got a map, all that sort of stuff. You go and interview people, like you have a look at, like, you know, newspaper cuttings, all that sort of stuff. And what you do is like try and identify the murderer or the monster or what the hell it is. Now, again, that is, while it's a good solo game, how good is it, you know, for me to sit there and do a video of it with you guys? We'll see. What I'm looking at again is sort of getting a story element going in it and perhaps making it a bit more like viewable in that respect. So again, those 2 though, those are just possibilities. We'll have to see. You know, no, probably I might do them, I might not. So those are those. While we're talking about blue sky thinking, another one is I have Tunnels and Trolls. You remember the old role-playing game from, ooh, like, bloody hell, 40, 50 years ago now? Came out with Dungeons and Dragons. Well, Dungeons and Dragons obviously, like, took off, but Tunnels and Trolls, about, must have been the second most popular role-playing game of the 70s and 80s. And one of the things about Tunnels and Trolls is it's actually soloable. So I've got myself a copy. And what I might do is I may do a solo run-through of Tunnels and Trolls role-playing game. I had another thought to make it a bit more visual for you guys. I thought, well, I can use like descent tiles and the, you know, the minis, the descent minis. Why not? So might do a mini Tunnels and Trolls sort of dungeon crawl using the descent tiles and a few descent monsters and a few descent heroes and see how that goes. But again, blue sky thinking, don't hold me to it. I might do it, I might just consider it like a complete faff and it's not going to happen. But I thought I'd let you know what my thinking is. So, mark that one down under perhaps. Now, is there anything else? Dungeon Saga by Mantic Games, I've got that. I've been meaning to play this as well. But like I say, there's just not enough hours in the day. So that's on my list, I haven't forgotten about it. I do love dungeon crawls, as you can probably tell by now, as well as like tentacles. So hopefully I will get round to Dungeon Saga at some point. I do have the expansion that allows solo play, so I'm really looking forward to getting that one to the table and to showing it you guys. But again, you know, I'm doing lots of stuff. Will I get to it in 2017? I don't know, we'll have to see. And we still haven't finished. No, because now I'm getting onto Kickstarters. Kickstarters! I backed loads. In the past year I've backed loads. I've got a few of them. I mentioned Mythos Tales has arrived. Perdition's Mouth, which we're doing at the moment, that's arrived. Brilliant. So quite a few have arrived. Zombicide Black Plague, that's here, obviously. That arrived on time. That's the good thing about CMON. They arrive on time. The rest of them don't, but that one did. So I'll just go through the Kickstarters. The reason I'm mentioning these is when I get a Kickstarter, very similar to what I did with Perdition's Mouth, I will try and bring it to the table almost immediately. Because, you know, it's fresh, it's new, you guys will want to see it. So, depending on when these turn up, if they turn up, these may be sort of shoehorned in at short notice. So I'll just go through. Apparently, Too Many Bones is already shipping. Now this is Chip Theory Games. Has anybody seen Hoplomachus? Again, Ricky Royal, go and watch him. The man's amazing. And it's from the same guys that make them. It looks beautiful, man. It looks absolutely beautiful. They've got neoprene mats. It's about 1 million dice and poker chips and all that sort of stuff. I'm really looking forward to that, and it's shipping now. So what you may find is, even though I mentioned Secrets of the Lost Tomb before, if it turns up in the interim, Secrets of the Lost Tomb may once again move back. But what is it? Too Many Bones. Yeah, looking forward to that. It should be any time. The other one of that seems to be nearly here is Endure the Stars, and that's like a sci-fi dungeon crawler. It's on a like abandoned ship or something, a derelict, and obviously it's full of monsters like Space Hulk or whatever, you know, and you just like got a load of aliens trying to eat your face. So looking forward to that one. That one's due. Looks like it may have beaten the Chinese New Year, so if that turns up, expect that one as well. Now we get onto the ones that are going to probably take a bit longer. There's two from Victory Point Games. There is Nemo's War, in which you play Captain Nemo, and obviously sailing around the world, and you've got various like Victorian navies, like the British and the Americans try to sink the Nautilus, and there are various sort of adventures you can have. You can choose various victory conditions, like you can go for world peace or something, or you can go for war, or you can go for something like sort of ecological sort of goal, something like that. But again, that looks really, really good, as come to expect from Victory Point Games. So looking forward to that one. And in fact, that Kickstarter was how I got Dawn of the Zed's 3rd edition. You got a discount on Dawn of the Zed's 3rd edition when you went into the Kickstarter, so that's how I got that game. So looking forward to Nemo's War. The other one from Victory Point Games is Darkest Night 2nd edition. If there wasn't a Darkest Night 2nd edition on Kickstarter, you would have already seen several playthroughs of Darkest Night. I've played it once on the channel. It's a brilliant game. Love the game. Check it out. Also, Doug Herring's done a few playthroughs of it. Ricky Royal, funnily enough, he's done a playthrough of it. And yeah, it's a brilliant game. I've got real high hopes for the 2nd edition. So as soon as that comes on board, I will definitely be having a play of that. I think Marcus, J-Play and Doug have done sort of playthroughs of the beta version of it. Excellent. Check them out. Really good. And right, what else have we got? Oh yes, I've mentioned Massive Darkness from Cool Mini or Not. It's got a bit of a tie-in with Zombicide Black Plague. Funnily enough, it's a dungeon crawler. Who'd have guessed? So yes, I've gone for that one. So when that one turns up, expect that. Do you like steampunk airships? I do. I like steampunk. I haven't gone for Rise of the Moloch or whatever. I think that's a Cool Mini or one that's just come out now. But that's 2-player or more. I like solo. So the ones I've gone for, where is it? Zephyr, Winds of Change, and the other one, which is of a similar sort of bent, is Ether Captains. So both of those you tend to be flying airships and stuff, and it's got pirates in and all that sort of lovely stuff. So looking forward to those. Don't know when they'll arrive, but getting plenty of updates and it's looking good. We haven't mentioned fantasy, have we, for, a minute. So, Sword and Sorcery from Ares Games, based on Galaxy Defenders, I think. Talking of Galaxy Defenders, Tragic the Blatherings doing a playthrough, check it out. But very similar to Galaxy Defenders, similar sort of rule set. So, I've backed that, waiting for that. That's, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm talking of Ares Games, which actually make that, about bloody hell, ages ago, I backed the anniversary edition of War of the Ring. Well, they're making sure it's good. That's what they're assuring us anyway. We should have got it in April last year. but it does look like it'll be sometime this year. So very similar to the really top-notch edition that came out. What was it called? Collector's Edition. It's very similar, and you know, painted minis, all that sort of stuff. You know, larger than average board, you know, beautiful components and rule books. So looking forward to that when it arrives eventually. So that's Ares Games. Folklore The Affliction. Don't know when that's going to turn up. We still get plenty of updates about it, but again, this is one that's lagging behind. But hey, it's Kickstarter, man. It's going to be late. Dark Souls, the board game. Yep, got in for that as well. So looking forward to that. That's a way away, I think. I'll be surprised if that comes in 2017. That'll be 2018, something like that. So, but I am looking forward to that. And one for later on this year, possibly with the most beautiful art that I've ever seen in a board game, even though it doesn't have a board, it's sort of a card game. It's Gloom of Kilforth, so I'm really looking forward to that. That looks excellent. Card game, there's been a playthrough by Marcus again. Marcus did one with some, obviously, prototype components. Really looking forward to it. Tristan Hall, the designer, is from Manchester, so of course it's going to be absolutely brilliant. Right, anyway, so really looking forward to Gloom of Kilforth. The art is amazing. Anya, I think her name is. They've kept the same artist. It's all the way through, and it is quite spectacular. Really looking forward to that. Other ones are back that may not be coming immediately. One is Fate of the Elder Gods, which is like Richard Launius is involved with it, and guess what? Yes, it's got a lot of tentacles in it, and Cthulhu and Azathoth and all those lovely people. So looking forward to that. I think you're sort of playing cultists in that one, where you try to bring your ancient one to the planet Earth. So looking forward to that one as well, but I think that is like 2018 perhaps. That's going to turn up. Oh, and Forbidden Fortress, the Shadows of Brimstone one I was talking about, set in Japan. I think that's around 2018 as well. And the last one, which is overdue, but I'm not sure I'm going to get it, because I'm beginning to get, you know, you get those like feelings where you think the shysters, and it's Titan Forge Games and Lobotomy. I hope they're not, but it's not looking good, frankly. So I might have to write that one off, as I've been duped. But should it turn up, I should be delighted to play it. That one is set in a sort of asylum, and the asylum is sort of infested by, guess what? Tentacle monsters, and it's all like a Cthulhu sort of thing. And the idea is it really happening, or is it in your mind? Is it in my mind that it's actually going to arrive? I don't think so, but we shall see. Right, so that is the massive long list of what I'm looking at doing this year. I will not do it all. Some of it is pie in the sky, you know, especially the Mythos Tales time store, especially Tunnels and Trolls. Don't hold your breath for that one, it's just an idea. I might do it, I might not. So, but there's a long list there of what I will be trying to do. I will be playing a lot of the same stuff. Why? Because it's my channel and I enjoy playing it. As I always say, this isn't a review channel. It isn't like a, oh, look at this new games channel. Even though, you know, any of my Kickstarters that come in, I will show them you. I just play what I want to play. I make no apologies for that. That's all I do. That's why I don't have adverts. I don't have anything else or any of that sort of stuff. It gives me the freedom to play what the hell I like. And I like playing Arkham Horror. And I like playing Eldritch Horror. And I like playing Dungeon Crawlers. And that's why I play them. But we can still have fun doing it. Right, one last thing. Tube tables. You may have seen at the end of my videos that you get a thing comes up, so it's tube tables, and it's a guild on BGG. And what I decided to do is just to let you know what it's all about. Basically, it's got a load of tube table people on there. It's got a load of YouTube people on there. Of course, it's got tube tables people on. Idiots. It's got a load of YouTube people on, so you've got like Ricky Royal and a few others, and like Tragic and like Doug and Marcus and a load of people I've just mentioned during this video. They all go on there, they all have a bit of the chin wagon stuff. But anybody can join. It isn't just, you know, content providers. Anybody can join. So just to let you know, if you fancy bobbing across there, signing up for Eldritch Horror, the Dreamlands, or anything like that, just bob across. Just to go through some of the people that are on there and some of the stuff they're doing at the moment, just to let you know. Let's see. These are a few people I follow. I don't follow everybody on there. There are a lot of like, you know, real in-depth card gamers on there. For example, I'm not a real big card gamer. You know, when LCG or CCG and all that sort of stuff, I don't really go in for it. I've got the Arkham Horror living card game, but that's just because it's got tentacles in it. I generally don't like card games. There are war gamers in there. Again, the little chits drive me mad. And I don't get into war games so much, but that doesn't mean the bad channels, far from it. They're excellent channels, excellent presenters, and they've got excellent content, so do check them out. The ones I'm going to go through here are the ones that I pretty much follow, which do the same sort of stuff that I do, which I thought you might want to know, seeing as you're actually watching the channel, so you probably like what I do. So who have we got? We've got AntLab Games. Now Anthony, he does playthroughs and reviews. He's got about 3,000 odd subscribers. Excellent channel, very professional. Check him out. There are board games with Niramas. Niramas has only just joined very recently. I think he's from Sweden, and he does like reviews, playthroughs, the usual stuff. But he has a dragon. Check out his channel. He has got a dragon. I kid you not. And we've got the Box of Delights. Ricky, I've mentioned him several times. The master of board gaming channels. The man's a star. He's a game designer and he's a well-respected hobby commentator as well. But really check out his channel. If he's done a playthrough and you want to learn how to play a game, check it out. He's right up there with Rodney, Watch It Played. Check out his stuff. Oh, and actually I think Rick's got a... I called him a game designer there. I think he's actually got a game coming out through Victory Point Games called Renegade. I just think it's to do with... I think it's to do with hacking and stuff like that in the future, so that's one to keep an eye out for. We've got Doug. Doug's Mystic Eye, Doug Herring. Yeah, now Doug, he's doing his top 50 at the moment. Like Marcus, he does a lot of playthroughs, like exactly the sort of games that I like. He's also got a goatee. He's got a goatee beard, and like me, not only is he an awesome content provider, he's obviously like a bit of a fashion guru. So definitely check Doug out. Flying Solo, that's Chrissy. Now Chrissy, along with Ricky, has got, you know, these sort of, one of these calm voices that can sort of explain things. And basically, while the rest of us all sound like, I don't know, a load of crows arguing over a bit of roadkill, you get Chrissy and Ricky and they sound like whale song. Yeah? They're so calming, and they, you know, they go through games and how to play them in such a great manner. By all means, check her out. She's fantastic. Chrissy, Flying Solo. Frenzy Kitty, that is Gareth. He does a lot of RPG reviews and unboxings, and as well as board games and stuff like that. A few commentary videos, all that sort of stuff. He's just got an RPG out, funnily enough, which is called, I think it's Dusk. So go and check that out on BGG. I think it's $7 or something for a PDF, but post-apocalyptic, I think it is. And yeah, so Gareth. We've got a Gateway Gamer, Barry. Barry does a lot of interviews. He interviewed me about, oh God, it must be about 8-9 months ago now. He's got a load of interviews with various board game personalities. He does his own reviews, does his own playthroughs, him and Jen. And he also does quite a bit of live stuff. So check him out. I think he's on the Undead Vikings weekly show. I think he does that a lot as well. So that's Barry. We've got that was Barry, a Gateway Gamer, sorry. And then we've got JPlay, Marcus, mentioned him a couple of times, does exactly the sort of stuff that I do at the moment. Got very similar taste in games, the man's a star, and I think he's currently doing Roombound 3rd edition with the web one. I forget what it's called, Webs of something or other, but he's doing it, and he's doing a great job. And he does a few Kickstarter previews and stuff like that as well, so it's well worth checking out his channel. And Paul Darcy's gameplay. I think he's just started the Cthulhu version of Pandemic. I forget what it's called. It might be Cthulhu Pandemic, but he's just started that tonight, I think. So I'll be checking that out later. Again, does playthroughs. Brilliant. Fantastic. Another one to check out is Rob Oren. Rob Oren, you may know him from the Dice Tower. He does a lot of contributions for the Dice Tower, does a lot of painting tutorials, that sort of thing, and he does a hell of a lot of live stuff. He'll like do live painting on his channel as well as what he records for the Dice Tower and for his own channel. I think they've just opened a new video game channel as well because his family sort of all muck in. And yes, so if you want to see a game played live with a family and just see, you know, how's this going to work with a family, check out Rob's channel. They are always doing live playthroughs and the whole family's there and they're all trying to kill each other, and it's not really, you know, in a like they're all trying to win, let's put it that way. And yes, they have a great time, so it's well worth checking that out. He's got a real community going down there, so by all means check him out. And we've got Tragic the Blathering. Tragic's back! Yay! He's been away for a bit, but he's back! Back! And he does a load of playthroughs, he does a load of unboxings, he does a load of like board game commentary, he does things like, you know, card LCGs and stuff. He'll go through the cards and rate them and all that sort of stuff. So and he really, like Ricky and plenty of others on this list, knows a real lot about board games, more than I'll ever know. So it's always interesting to watch a playthrough of his and then watch his reviews at the end of it. He'll go over it at the end and give a quick review about what he thought of the game. Always worthwhile watching. Always fun, always engaging. So, oh, and he's got, I think he's playing Galaxy Defenders at the moment. So he's got that going. I watched that this afternoon and he's doing pretty well. So by all means, pop across to Tragic's channel. He's back. And finally, but not least, but I went through these alphabetically, by the way. It's not any sort of ranking. We're up to V, which is Vitruvian Gamer, which is Kurt. Again, somebody like Niramas who joined in the past few months. He's from Belgium. Again, he does a load of reviews, he does a load of unboxings, he does the odd playthrough, he does the odd live show as well, and he does the odd interactive playthrough, like my play-by videos with Eldritch. He does a lot of that. I think he's just finished one with Robinson Crusoe. So go and check out Kurt. He's got bundles of energy. He's a great kid. Yeah, pop across the tube tables. We'd love to see you. But anyway, enough whistling, because I've been doing this for what was meant to be about 15 minutes is probably about half an hour, isn't it now? And I haven't shut up the whole way through. So I'm going to go now. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Like I say, we're going to have a bit of a laugh. We're getting a new boiler in here. So hopefully that'll go okay. If I don't turn up on Sunday, it hasn't gone okay. And I will obviously like... we will be obviously freezing to death or something, but hopefully it'll be in and we'll be laughing and we'll be able to carry on with Perdition's Mouth. So, thanks very much for watching this update. I hope to catch you in whenever my next video is, hopefully Sunday. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.